Hold on, why can't I hear myself? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? The heck? I can't hear my voice. It's okay. I don't want to hear my bad, ugly ass voice anyways. What's going on, my homie G Skillets? Bitcoin is pumping, bulls are running, bears are in trouble. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you, bad boys, bad boys? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Who knows that song? No one knows that song? Really? No one? No one knows that song? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Seriously, like no one knows that? Oh my god, man. I'm more American than anyone here. And I'm not even from America. Shit, man. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream of the day. Got a lot of things to cover. Sit back, have some of my fabulous sweet tea that my wife made for you guys. Let's get it started. All right, looks like we hit the likes. All right, just gonna do a quick mic check one more time. Mic check, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? We are in the live stream right now. Can you guys hear me? Say yes. Alrighty. Okay, welcome to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 12:45 a.m. here, and wherever you are in the world, good morning, good evening if you're in the evening time. I operate basically on a worldwide time zone, so let's get this started. Hold on, let me get this thing out of the way. Okay, so BTC, I think no one, like, what is Bitcoin, right? Like, for the past few weeks, like, no one cares now, right? It's just who wants Bitcoin, right? Everyone wants altcoins. We're in alt season heaven. We've been talking about this for the longest time. Basically, BTC is now just consolidating, and that's like the best thing that could ever happen for altcoins, right? Both from an Elliott wave perspective, and if we utilize the Elliott wave perspective, I mean, if we're in wave 4s and we're looking for a wave 5 to the upside, that's basically alt season heaven, right? So many of you guys are pre-rich right now, pre-rich basically on paper. So if you're thinking of taking profits and want to take a lesson or two from the past bear markets, financial advice, take some profits, man. You know, there's a lot of people on X right now saying like, oh, this is, you just buy the dip, you know, buy the dip, it's going to go up forever. Trust me, no one can time the markets, not even me. We can get a general direction of where the markets are going to go and possibly get some clues on when it's going to end. But in the end, the markets are right. I mean, it can continue up forever as much as it wants. But at the same time, yeah, take profits along the way if you are comfortable with what you have been making. Maybe you had an initial goal. Maybe it all depends, right? It all depends on your seed capital. It all depends on, you know, if you're in a shit coin and it's up like 10,000% and you're greedy and you want to see another 5,000%, you know, it's all different. But right now, the coins we have chosen, congratulations. We have chosen the one, basically, the matrix. We have defeated it. We have chosen XRP, where no one was a believer, and now everyone is a believer. That is how we have to beat the game, all right? And look at Dino Coins now. Everyone's back in it, right? And I will go over in this live stream on what altcoins that I think might have some great potential, okay? So in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen, hit it. I mean, like, tell me, what altcoins are you guys in? Don't tell me what you want me to analyze, but tell me what coin you are the deepest in right now. I'm really curious on what everyone is in. So yeah, write that in the comment section. Like, are you in XRP? Are you in, you know, Pepe? Are you in Dogecoin? What are you in? I'm curious. It's gonna be a crazy alt season because we're gonna see everything go up no matter what in this bull market. Everything's gonna go up, but it's about choosing the right coins, right? What goes up the most? That's the absolute key approach that you have to be taking from this market. It's not about what will go up because everything will go up. Just throw a random dart at the board. That altcoin might as well go up as well with it. But it's about what altcoins will go up the most. And right now, we as X-Force Global Soldiers have defeated the war, basically, so far. We have chosen the one that everyone hated, everyone, and now it's the most beloved coin in all of crypto and also made the biggest comeback in the history of crypto, with the market cap going from 29 billion to over 150 billion dollars in just a week. That is the biggest middle finger you can give to anyone who has been a skeptic of XRP. And I know who you are. I know who you are. So yeah, we have a lot of things to cover here today. So let's go over right now. So XRP or Ripple or not Ripple, Bitcoin. We have 3 consecutive degrees that we've been talking about for basically since the Roman Empire, basically. And we were talking about this larger degree currently being created as an extension. We could have had this as just a 5-wave structure in itself. We didn't get that. We've been creating consecutive 1-2s along the way. And right now, it seems like we have now finished the expansion phase of the primary degree, which is this degree right here, this yellow degree. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 for a triangle, and then 5 to the upside to complete what could be now the extension of this wave 3, and we're just consolidating. So all of the characteristics are there now for whatever sideways characteristics that we may be looking for. It's all there. So we're looking for how these are going to be created in a series of 3s. There's a lot of variations on how we can be creating this, but ultimately it's looking like, from a time perspective against this here, to be concluding quite soon, whether it's going to be a flash drop and then we go up, or more of a sideways consolidation where it's now starting to show some signs of a possible triangle that's also being created. But I am open to both ideas, which is this flash crash, which wouldn't go with the possibility of an alternation being in mind. Rather, this sideways structure would be possibly a little bit better in terms of respecting this with this degree in terms of alternation. Remember, alternation, based on the guideline of alternation, is that if we're expecting this wave to be sharp, we're expecting some kind of sideways structure to be created for a wave 4, and vice versa. So what we have here is the completion of the primary degree, okay? And now this is looking quite nice, right? It's having a pretty darn good look for creating a series of 3 so far. So we have the first A, we have the first B, now possibly working for that C, D, and then E, and that could be the wave 4. Now that's just an assumption, of course, because if we do zoom in, we have the possibility of this being an A, B, C, this being a WXY, and this can be the W, X, and then a Y coming in, okay? So be aware of the possibilities of what could happen, all right? We're going to be looking for what could be some kind of diagonal being also created here, which goes into that wave A, and then C. So that, or there's a flat possibility, but at this point, I don't want to say that there's a flat being created, meaning that if this does turn it into a flat structure, we're looking for a new price extreme here, looking for a C wave down, and that would be the flat of a wave 4. But in my opinion, I think that would, of course, Elliott wave theory, I think a lot of people just assume that it's going to work out perfectly in terms of time. Most often it doesn't. So the flat idea, just from a symmetrical outlook, I don't think that would be the case. It's valid, but I just think that we want to be respecting this parabolic phase as best as we can. Okay, I'd rather have the bull market end earlier with this parabolic phase instead of having some wild looking, ranges being created, and that would make me a little bit more nervous than anything else. So that being said, I think that this is either a triangle, okay, or an ABC that's working to the downside. Should hit us around, based on if this is the top here, a fib extension A to C minimum is going to be a 101 extension, meaning that wave A should be equal in length to this wave C that's going to be coming here, which falls right into that demand zone that we've been expecting. So that could also happen, and that would give us a pretty darn okay look, although it doesn't meet that idea of alternation, and we don't need to do it because when you're in a heavily bullish market, having that as a key, if you're trying to apply the theory too much, then you're in a store for a lot of trouble, really. I think that's one of the biggest things about EW traders is that they try to focus on such small time frame degrees, and they get really effed up and get chopped up. And that's another topic in itself, because a lot of EW traders, I'm sure they're horrible traders as well, right? You can be the best analyst, but you can be the worst trader. Just look at mine. I mean, XRP, I've been accumulating for, 2,000 plus days. People were calling me crazy, right? Of course, I'm applying the macro perspective of the Elliott wave theory based on accumulation perspectives and the overall EW counts. However, when I want to take profits, I take profits accordingly. There's no EW count that will make me convince me enough to say that we're still in a wave 3 or we're still in a wave 4 or we're in a wave 5 or some sort. Wave 3s, 4s, and 5s are going to be the hardest to trade, meaning wave 4s will be the choppiest. Wave 5s is emotionally the hardest, which is this, because you don't know where it's going to end. You don't really have too much of a guideline in terms of how this wave 5 is going to end, based on Fibonacci extensions in terms of measuring targets, right? And when you're in an extension in itself, it gets a lot more trickier, right? So you definitely want to be taking that conviction early when you have a 1-2 being created. So when you have a 1-2 being created and you have a solid depth, it's not a requirement, but having solid depth, having some conviction and understanding that corrections are low on volume, then that is where you want to be building up your position as much as you can. Then you want to wait for how this wave 3 is playing out, and based on you don't know how wave 3s are going to end, is you take profits accordingly. That's the only strategy there is. I mean, there's of course strategies of just waiting and maximizing your profits as much as you can, but I can guarantee you that 99% of the markets don't understand that. And that's why I'm here to try to give you guys that perspective of my personal positions as well. And you guys are pretty clear. You guys have a pretty clear idea of where I currently stand for XRP, how much I'm in XRP. I hold over, I think like 3.7 million XRP. But that's been accumulated over years, right? So yeah, having conviction in a wide variety of categories, and then on wave 2s, or a huge consolidating accumulative pattern that takes years and years, that's where just 1 month of a candle can reward you. It's all considered payback, right? So keep that in mind. I think a lot of people don't understand that. So yeah, with that being said, this is that. And the last scenario is that this wave 4 is ended, where this triangle doesn't exist anymore. And we're working for that wave 5, and we're going to see a dump in altcoins very soon, meaning that this 5th wave is going to be violent in itself, and we're going to be expecting a break of this all-time high, and we're expecting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, and that's where the alt season ends for this current wave, meaning that the next phase is going to be here of a higher degree wave 4, which is going to be the next phase. Right now, we are in phase 2, where phase 1 was basically over here, right, where we're in this degree here. And then when we got that pullback, alts didn't pull back as much. And then we were looking for this to happen as our holy grail of alt seasons, right? That's exactly how you want to be looking at it. And that's why we're in alt season heaven right now. Now I'm going to move this because alt season heaven is going to be at the next higher degree wave 4. And this all goes back to the idea of my count idea of, or my flowchart idea rather, where we have the Bitcoin dominance. Now, it could be a little bit outdated, but it's been working since the inception of this, since 2020. I've created this right after the 2018 bull market. I theorized on how these alt seasons happen, and it's so simple. I think at this point, everyone knows if Bitcoin dominance it goes up or goes down, there's a reaction, and there's a reaction either way, right? But a lot of people don't know that if you're able to combine how Bitcoin flows with the dominance at the same time, then you'll have a pretty good idea of where the alts are right now, right? I think I could add another category of stability for the Bitcoin dominance, but I haven't tried to, I've tried to do it, but it's quite difficult because there's no real stability within the dominance. It's just a continuing trend, right? So right now we are seeing the dominance teeter-totter back between increasing and then the stability of altcoins, right? While Bitcoin is stable. Bitcoin is not decreasing or increasing right now, so it's been stable, right? So if it is increasing at the same time, it means that altcoins are just accumulating right now. They won't dump or pump as strong as you might anticipate. But when we do have those bursts of decreasing, and then we see the stability, and it goes back and forth with Bitcoin going up within that range, you're going to have an alt season and increasing in alts as well while Bitcoin is stable. And right now, Bitcoin is stable and also increasing within each of the respective subwaves. We're seeing this huge surplus in altcoins and everything is going up. That's why we're seeing a massive confidence going back into alts because BTC is relatively stable. Now, the keyword is stable. As long as Bitcoin is stable, then you're going to see a massive alt season happening. And the reason why it's at increasing for stability is because only a selective amounts of coins will be going up, okay? And that's why we have XRP and some other coins like HBAR, whatever coin that went up, 300%, 400% plus, those are the selected altcoins. And what we did, we chose pretty much the chosen one. You guys have to kind of admit, there was so much doubt with my pick with XRP that I almost backed out, thinking like, dude, am I really investing in a coin that's dead? But trust me, when I saw the Elliott wave chart for XRP, and I think this is a good time that we can talk about XRP now, is that it has proved everyone wrong insanely. It's just insane how much it has gone up against. And this is just the beginning, in my opinion. I sold half of my bags yesterday, and I'm still in quite a bit of, still uncomfortably in too much of XRP. And the reason why is because I have so much conviction on this wave 5 playing out, and it's going to be a massive gainer. Like, we are only how many percent away from the all-time high? Like 16% from what happened today. We literally hit $2.85 today. That's crazy. And thinking about it, we hit the 161.8 or the 1.618 and the 2.618 Fibonacci level. And I've discussed this in my previous video. I've also given all my fundamental analysis as best as I can for those that are not even versed in Elliott wave. I've given all the warning signs a few weeks back about XRP being held by the majority of Koreans, and they have the majority stake in, controlling how much XRP is going to be pumping, and that's exactly what we have. I'm just giving you guys the clues, and look what happened. We broke two major important levels and even a rare target well above it, rather. And it seems like it's really wanting to go to this level here. And at this point, I don't even know if this is going to be a wave 3. Could be. It does pertain such a parabolic look that this could be the 5 wave in itself, because at $4.60, it'll eventually be a technical top, right? It breaks the all-time high. So is this the actual intermediate degree in itself? Meaning, are we doing a repeat of what happened in 2025, where this could be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we end around $7? Then that would be insane. Meaning, this would be the degree in itself. So this would be turning into the intermediate degree in itself, where if it doesn't do any real pullbacks, then we're going to see this wave 3 happening, and then this 4, and then 5, and that would give us still a pretty good darn look against the larger trend that this wave 5 is now complete. So why am I taking profits? Many of you asking. Because we're in a wave 3. Like, no matter how you look at it, we're in an extremely impulsive idea. We're nearing all-time high. No matter what the Elliott wave theory tells me, Elliott wave theory has failed me in the past as well. So we got to take that risk no matter how good it looks, right? And that's the key. That is the absolute key point. You really want to learn to take profits no matter what. Take a lesson or two from the past bear markets. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to happen again. It's just a rinse and repeat wash. Because many people at $5 and $10 are going to say it's going to go to $20 and $30. It's just a continuation of the people who bought late at, at $4. Because the power of compounding is very, very strong tool. It's a very strong tool, but at the same time, it's a very dangerous tool, because from $4 to only $8 is 100%, ladies and gentlemen. It's much harder to go from 50 cents to all the way up to, $2.85 than it is from $3 to $6 or $7. It's only 200 or 120%. So if you're buying from these levels, and of course, that's still quite early, you're gambling on the idea that if you really want to see 5 or X gains, that's kind of what a lot of people just associate crypto with, 5 or 6X gains. The people who make 5 or 6X gains are the people who are in early. And it's a very select few of people, 1 or 2% of the probably the whole market participants. And I'm one of them, because I've been accumulating this shiznips for the longest time, right? Even my wife questioned me, like, what the hell are you doing with XRP? And I have to lie. I had to lie to her eventually. I told her, this is going to make us, I'll buy you something nice, or, something, I have to tell her something, because I've been holding that shit for 7-8 years now. And now it just breaks out, and then, damn, man. Long story, but seriously, it really was, that was the conversation at the dinner table, nearly the past 5 months. So yeah, it just happens instantly. And now, sorry for those who missed out. Really sorry. Really, really sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry, man. I feel so sorry because this was the easiest trade setup that I could have given. I mean, I rarely give trade setups like financial advice. Like I rarely give it, but I had so much evidence being built up to this apex point that we were at such good risk reward level and we were so close to invalidation anyways. We might as well take that big risk, and look what happened. It paid off. Easy paycheck right there. Easy paycheck. So yeah, we're looking for, in my opinion, the $4.62, or we get rejected somewhere around here. There's no major Fibonacci level, in my opinion, that's worthy of talking about, because the theoretical limit or maximum target for wave 3 is the 4.236 level, and that's at $4.60. And we might as well just get there, right? Because look at how many, from percentage perspective, we're only, what, 50% away? How much from all-time high? It's like 14%. Crazy. So yeah, that is the way to look at it. That, or we are in something absolutely insanely bullish. I don't know what, even if the wave 3 ends here or here, just considering and keeping that in mind, is that what if this wave 5 is just the beginning? I know you're going to give me the market cap idea. It's impossible to do that. This is the only approach that I can give if this is just a minor degree. That's why I have that shift from yesterday, that this in itself is the degree, the 5th degree already being created. This in itself is the degree of the 5 wave in itself. We're not working for a minor degree to the upside to work for a possible extension. I could be wrong. This wave 5 in itself could be extended in itself, because wave 3 was already so extended. I don't want to even assume that it's going to be extended. Then I would assume, just based on the post-triangle thrust measurement, taking it from the widest part of the triangle and the apex breakout of this, it aligns at $7 to $12. That's a absolutely fantastic level of taking profits, right? And a lot of you people are in a similar position, right, as well. So what's going to be keeping you satisfied for not taking profits? What's going to keep you hungry, actually, rather, for chasing extra profits? If you're chasing, there's only 2 things that you shouldn't be chasing in life, ladies and gentlemen. Don't chase money and don't chase love. Those are the only 2 things you shouldn't be chasing. And that was a lesson that I actually learned from my dad. And I think that stuck to me for the longest time, which is don't chase those 2, because you want those to be coming to you naturally. And right now, it's coming to us naturally for those who held on to XRP. So yeah, fantastic, right? Now let's go over Ethereum. Ethereum, in my opinion, is still in a triangle. Ooh, solid rejection. So I shared this in my members group. So if you guys haven't already, we do operate a Discord membership since 2018. The link is in the description below. So if you're interested in joining the membership, the link is in the description below. I do share all of my bi-daily analysis in there as well. But going over a very quick macro view of Ethereum, not the best looking triangle, but it is what it is. I mean, it's either that and the wave 4 has ended here, or we're in a series of 1-2s as well. But even that is it's just too bullish. It just means that if we do have a series of 1-2 nested structures, this shiznips is going to over to, like 30K, because we have to take into consideration it's basically doing what Bitcoin is doing. Is it possible? Sure. Possible, but unlikely. But in my opinion, I would be happy around another 4-digit level of around $6,000 to $10,000 as taking profits and calling it for a day and then leave the bear market or the bull market entirely. That's my case. But yeah, so there is another coin that I would like to overcome in this live stream, which is a Litecoin. this coin, in my opinion, has possibly one of the best current setups right now, in my opinion. Do I think XRP or Litecoin is going to do another run just like it did back here? I would say with pretty good conviction that we are going to be doing that, in my opinion. Let me see is there another chart that I have? Yeah, there we go. The reason why is because it seems like it's just broke out of its triangle. It's either that or this triangle gets extended. Like this. But yeah, I would say that this is an A, B, C, D, E completed. And this similar breakout fashion style, we broke out of it and we retested it, and we're now already in that possible minor degree expansion phase. So this is huge, in my opinion. I think even at these levels, like I think we'll do another consolidation level. Let's say it pulls back, an estimated 20 to 30% pullback. That might be a great opportunity to get into Litecoin, and then going back up to all-time highs. You guys are already too late. We're basically in phase 2 right now of the alt season and bull market. I told you guys. Phase 1 was the accumulation phase. Phase 2 is the excitement phase. You guys are now in here. There's no going back here, ladies and gentlemen. You can't 5x or 10 extra gains anymore, unless you get the Pico bottom at some kind of stage of a pullback. But I'm telling you right now, I'm sorry to break the news. We're not in that phase anymore. We're in phase 2, which is the excitement phase. And we're not going to see any 5x or 10x gains unless you choose your altcoins very wisely. And right now, I think this is one of them that actually has some potential for having at least a 3 to 5x gain if it does allow us some kind of consolidation before we break out. And that could give us not only a break of all-time high, but if you do get in theoretically a perfect spot, even just selling before the all-time high, they're 200-300%. Like what more can you ask for? That's a lot. Especially considering that it has, again, already gone up on 200% or so, right? The power of compounding, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that the numbers, that as you increase, the intimidation behind that of compounding factor, like that's why the idea of, oh my God, Bitcoin, like who the hell wants to buy a $90,000 Bitcoin? But the more you actually start seeing that number, you get faded, and then you have to understand from 90K to maximize or double your amount of Bitcoin is that you have to now hit $180,000, and that's 100% gain only, right? Imagine if you bought at $20,000 just to get to $100,000, which we just almost recently hit. That's 5x right there. See, and that's why you have to choose these coins that have so much accumulation that this alone is the answer. It's too late. Like, it's leaving with or without you, number one. Number two is that the people who have been holding, these guys are going to be the rewarded the most. They're not in the markets right now. They're all holding right now. They don't care. We're all cleaning, the people who are trading right now, they're all cleaning up the mess. If you got in over here with a sizable position, you did take that increased risk, but you were able to get into that first phase, right? That second phase, we're all in here right now. Basically Squid Game style, man. We're all in the rat race together. We're all in this together, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, I'm in it with you too. But whoever taps out first, or whoever gets in at these levels, it's all a risk. It's all a risk, and we're all fighting for it. And the only enemy in this game is yourself. I'm telling you right now, the only enemy is yourself. So in this phase, the excitement phase, we are now initially in that, and we're going to have the expansion phase along with that. But I'm talking about from a percentage gain, it's not going to be as much as you would like it to be. And that's where leverage might come into play. However, for spot holders, since we're looking for the least amount of risk, again, we're only looking at a 3 to 5x gain. It's just, that's how it is. This count is going to be most likely adjusted anyways. So that's why we're minimizing the risk of not even saying that this is a wave 3 and wave 3, 4, and then working for 5. The only way I would see this is possible ABC to the upside. We don't have enough data for Litecoin, but same thing for Ethereum, ladies and gentlemen. Sure, $30,000 Ethereum is not out of the ordinary. It's actually very conceivable. However, As you guys know, Tesla, my gains were, 14,000%. And then Nvidia, I think my percentage was like 1,500% or so. What was it? I don't remember. Anyways, AMD. Anyways, all of those, like, I got in way early, and I was just waiting. That's all. It's a simple game. But if you really want to get in, like, that's the risk. Like, are we ready for a pullback here? If we break out of here, like, it's too late, right? So that's why you have to take that consideration to risk. But at the same time, the pros do kind of overcome what the cons are, that we had such a long accumulation. But Ethereum has already done a run. It's basically done the run before everything else, right? And the same thing goes for ADA, where we had a massive move to the upside right now. Holy shiznips, this actually pumped crazy, huh? We call this too, like, medium time frame, we call this as well. And then we have also called this move here from these levels over here. You always want to be looking for controlled pullbacks, right? Although this did look impulsive, that led us to believe that this may be a connector wave, but we didn't get that. And we have to be able to identify whether this is the bull market or is it just a bear market rally, right? So that's how it is right now. That's exactly how we're going to be looking at this. We chose the right coins, right? ADA, boom, up 300%. And I would say that this is parabolic enough to be an impulse. And Litecoin, same thing. This might be a pretty fantastic opportunity, and you can see why this idea is now being scrapped, right? We're looking at a triangle and the adjustments accordingly to the risk management. And that's why we have this possibility of being a massive breakout, especially if we've already broken this multi-year trend line since 2021. XRP, on the other hand, was a multi-year trend line as well since 2021 as well. We broke out of that. The rotation of altcoins, and like so many people are trying to theorize on like meme coins going back into altcoins and like these blue chip coins going back into meme coins. I don't think so. I think, again, phase 1, phase 2, we're in phase 2 right now. There's just too much excitement going on. We don't know exactly which coins are going to be in. We now have an idea of which is going to be going into the expansion phase now, right? So that's what leads us to phase 3. Which is we might be transitioning into this level here. And that is where the expansion phase will be happening, because we are already positioned, well positioned from the beginning of this level here, of this phase 1. Phase 2 was the beginning of the expansion phase. Phase 3 and the transition is going to be how these minor and intermediate degrees wrap up. And then that will be the wrap of the ultimate bear market, where we have a blow off top. I think that's how it will end. That's just how I see it. And then we have also Bitcoin Cash. I shared this idea as well, and it looks like it's in a triangle as well. Boom, could be. This actually might have the best one of the risk reward right now. It hasn't broken its multi-year trend line since 2021. In fact, it's been creating a severe downtrend since this level here. If you can see, boom, 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 three peaks. 3 peaks is very bullish. If you look it up, but 3 peaks is actually a very bullish thing. And right now, based on an Elliott wave triangle, same thing. Truncated E, or we may be creating another E wave here. Either way, if it comes down here, you best believe that this has the most percentage. That's why we see 5 to 10x potential gain for this. Because a lot of the patterns associated with all the other coins that have already ran with the ones that I've shared that had the biggest gains, and now everyone is talking about it, Bitcoin Cash also had that potential, and a lot of people were talking about Bitcoin Cash and know the potential for Bitcoin Cash. I think this has a very strong potential, or is a very strong contender for another 5x gain in this coin as well. That's why I think Bitcoin Cash compared with Litecoin, XRP, if we had to choose a coin that we're going to get in right now, not financial advice, but I think based on the amount of days that we've accumulated, 2,530 days, I think that this also has a very strong potential for another gain, because we haven't broken out of the triangle, just like we have for Litecoin, for example. We've broken out of that trend line, for example. XRP, similar idea, ran earlier. So that's why, a lot of these coins are foreshadowing an event that may be very similar, and you have to choose which category of coins might not only follow that similar structure, but also the same footsteps that its sister has done, right? And this is still lagging quite hard, and the little brother of the Dino coins, Bitcoin Cash, in my opinion, shout out to Roger Ver, then could be a very strong run. Even just getting into that breakout phase, 400, 300% instant gain, in my opinion. Very similar, very, very similar in terms of the strategy. That's all you have to apply to how you're doing it. And over diversifying is also a problem in itself. I mean, that's just how I see it. And next, Dogecoin. We called this coin as well, right? It's another absolute banger coin. Let me see if I have the chart for this. Yeah. So as you can see, XRP, or Dogecoin rather, another coin. This absolute banger of a coin as well, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. It's just so beautiful. 500% on this. We were looking for all 5x scanners, and then we have another one, Link, right? %. This has potential to go to, a much higher extension. This has a very good look because it has history. All the history is very important as well. So we have a lot of different coinciding pieces of evidence, right? I think at this point, the degrees, this is going to be too bullish, in my opinion, to see it such a wave 3 extend all the way up here. I don't see Link going to $2,000. We're just gonna, and that's the drawback of the LA wave theory. I've talked about this with an individual on X just a few days ago about the time perspective of how Link functions, and also the unpredictability of cycle waves. Cycle waves pertain to more of the stock markets because it has so much more history, right? You can work with more degrees. But in this case, right now, since with the current data that we have, since we do have 5 waves up, the only way we can count this right now is a 1, 2. And whatever happens in between, we're just looking for the overall target for that wave 3 at the 161.8%, right? Which is a wave 3 common target. That's usually the minimum that you want to have at wave 3 hit. And that is why, hopefully this answers your question on why I took half of my profits on XRP, because it's not only surpassed, I took that risk as well, where not only it surpassed the 161.8%, it surpassed the 261.8%, and that is usually very rare for a wave 3 to happen in a very parabolic strong trend. And that is my answer for you guys on why I took half of my bags here and why I'm still leaving half of my XRP to see how we can react around the $4 levels or the $7 to the $10 levels. And then once we have a larger 1-2 pullback, that's when I will probably start to reaccumulate some XRP, because you got to learn to take profits. And that Link is a perfect pre-foreshadowing event example. If you guys are already positioned, let's say you are well positioned within Link, taking profits even before the 161.8, because you are technically within the wave 3, so you might as well tap out early and secure some gains, right? So take that into consideration, all right? Very, very important. I'm trying to make this as clear as possible, because taking profits is something that a lot of people are not going to be doing in this next bull market. I'm telling you right now. The markets are still too young, in my opinion, to be mature enough to function where everyone is smart. Be smart, all right? And then, dang, man, we're going over everything today. It's crazy. Solana, same thing, same story. It looks like a lot of people are out of Solana going into XRP since it surpassed it. I think Solana holders are pissed off. Meme coin holders, I'm not exactly sure, but Pepe, for example, I think is still within a wave 4 of a minor degree. This count is a little bit difficult to count, but I do have it as possibly completing soon with a wave 4 or 5. And I think meme coins have the lowest risk reward ratio, in my opinion. It's just not worth getting into meme coins at this stage of the markets, especially that now everyone knows what XRP is and the beauty of all these coins doing breakouts. So that's why you have to be a breakout trader. You don't want to be a trader who's trading the ranges on in price discovery, number one. But number 2 is you want to be trading the breakouts, which is super crucial. Breakout trades are very crucial, okay? And that's why we have Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. All of these coins are building up to what I believe is similar in action, right? Same thing with VET. This is another coin that has been on my eye as well. We had a pretty clear ABC to the downside. Another 1-2 possibly being created here. So we'll see of how all these mid-tier cap coins that were acting basically as Dino coins back in the days, but my interest is in that area right now. Look at ADA, you know, ADA, even though it has pumped 14,000% in the past, it's still pumping, man. It's still pumping, dude. I don't know what's keeping this alive, man. I'm gonna need a hit as well with that. This is crazy, dude. Like it's revived from the dead. But remember, ADA is also one of the deadliest coins. It can pull back 90 to 96%. You know, 98% pullback. That's insane. It literally wiped out its whole game, but it came back all the way as well. So who knows? We'll see how this plays out as well. But ADA is on my list as well. ADA is a very, very strong contender for a continuation. But again, the power of compounding, just to go from here to all-time high is only 130%. You have to live with that, or you're risking yourself and being too greedy and thinking that it's going to go all the way up to like $15,000, right? Don't want to be doing that. It's too risky. And then last coin is going to be ICP, which is... Do I have a count for this? Oh my god, hopefully I didn't... Okay, I do. Yeah. Again, same thing. This coin went all the way down, had a huge drawdown. This area was a accumulation phase. We had a clean 5-wave up, pretty clean WXY to the downside, and we created another 1-2-1-2 here, and it looks like it's 5x, man. Conservative gain, dude. And this one is even crazier because it's the fact that we've pumped up so high in the early phase. This pullback, based on a 101 extension, is that it ends right here. And that would be even the most conservative target if you're seeing this as an ABC. So you have even more choices to work with here. Even with the most bearish route from these levels, you know, still a 200% gain, right? Nothing to really complain about. But if you bought at the levels that I told you to buy at, that's 5 to 6x gains right there. So yeah, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully that gives you a little bit more perspective on that phase, right? You know, we're in phase 2, in my opinion. The phase 1 is done. The smart traders are already in. They don't care about you anymore. And they did all the convincing they could, including me, for XRP and all these other coins like Litecoin and BCH. I've already given my warnings, and everyone else who was in here, you know, 5 Thanksgivings ago at your Christmas dinner table with your family, those are the people that are in it right now. And the people here in the excitement phase, these newcomers that are coming to the play, like that are experiencing finally, oh wow, I'm up, you know, 200%, are going to be the new ones saying at the upcoming Christmas dinner, oh, I'm up, you know, $3,000 or 3,000% on a certain coin. And then 1 month later, they're completely wiped out because they didn't take profits. So yeah, someone's asking about XLM. I'll do the XLM one last thing since it is a sister coin. Yeah, it's still consolidating. It took a hit as well. 20-30% pullbacks it's pretty common. The only way I can count XLM, it does have a triangle outlook as well. Right here. But yeah, it broke out of it as well with this trend line, assumed trend line it is. No matter how you draw it, it's broken out. This one is also trading between the 161 and the 261.8% as well. So I would say a good target is going to be around the all-time high to take profits. More so than not, based on thrust measurements, I would this level here around $2 to $3 is a pretty good level if you're very ambitious. But I wouldn't at that point. I would be out personally. I would be out as well. And again, it's all variable as well. There's just too many variables to take into consideration, just due to the fact that you have seed capital as well. If you have high seed capital, it's so much easier to get in. But then, you know, there's a risk in being in too deep, all that stuff as well. And there's a risk of being too over diversified if you don't have too much cash and you're just trying to find the next 20x gainer. Yeah, everyone has their own way of trading and investing, but in my opinion, I'm more of a breakout trader than anything else. And then reap on that, and all the people I let the ants or the cockroaches do all the work. That's the whale mind. That's the whale approach you should be taking into consideration. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully that was helpful. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if Bitcoin. Oh, so yeah, South Korea just went into an emergency, unannounced martial law. That's insane. Um, I don't know if you guys know what martial law is, man, but ay ay ay. So it's gonna be a crazy month going forward, because oh man, I don't want to go into politics, man. I don't want to go into politics, but yeah, if you guys are interested in reading about martial law and like the current situation, it's on my my social media on Discord as well. So look into it. And right now, I think a lot of soldiers are at the National Assembly right now in central city of Seoul. It's crazy. A lot of chaos going on. But yeah, South Korea just declared, or the president just declared this martial law in South Korea. It's pretty crazy. And it's basically to protect the citizens, quote unquote. It's more of a declaration to prevent like anti-state forces that kind of deprives the South Korean citizens of their freedom and happiness. And it's just basically all anti-forces of elements is what he's saying. And there's really not much I can do. I mean, I'll try to translate whatever news article comes out that's not too biased, but it's just basically, you know, trying to wipe out anti-state forces as soon as possible and normalizing this instability within the country's operations. From a citizen perspective right now, I would say that we're pretty safe. There's nothing happening right now. But yeah, there's going to be days where it's like you got to go in early, or I don't know. I've never experienced it because the last martial law or declaration was back in 1980, and that's a very popular one as well. The Gwangju Massacre, if you guys don't know, the 1980 martial law that was placed in 1980, which was pretty much kind of the transitional phase of democracy within South Korea. We were in such a heavy kind of communist state anyways. I don't want to talk about it too much. But yeah, be careful, because if it does continue and the South Koreans actually continue to sell, this could have just been part one. If you guys don't know, Upbit, if you look at it, it dropped 60%. God damn, man. What the heck? Yo, I got a feeling, man, this dude, this president, man, he had some bids at this level over here, dude, and it's up 100%. What the heck? Yo, this president, man, he probably wants some more Ripple or some XRP, bro. I'm telling you. Maybe I wake up and it's just like breaking news. You know, President Yoon Suk-yeol wants just more cheaper Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that, man. God damn. Dude, it dropped 60%. That's insane. Holy shit. And it pumped back up to 130%. What the heck? Yo, top executives, I'm sure they bought into this dip without a doubt. Come on, man. If you were the president, I'm sure like when he's like, you know, doing the announcement or the speech, he probably has it on his like right hand, you know, looking down on his phone. Like he's just like pressing the buy button on Binance or some shit. And he's just like, oh, I gotta buy some like 5 Bitcoins right now. Shit, it's dropping. Oh no, server crash. No, I shouldn't have said this. Ah, man. But yeah, I couldn't get in because there was a server crash. Like it was too busy. I don't know. I got a feeling, man. I got a feeling Upbit executives as well are trying to block out people. It always happens at this time, man. Always. Why, when it pumps up this hard, the servers are absolutely fine. If you guys don't remember back in 2018, like BitMEX crashing and all the exchanges crashing, and like, I'm telling you, man, it's all programmed. It's all lies, man. I just got a feeling. But yeah, I think IOTA. What the heck happened? What the? Oh my god, dude. I should have. Oh man, I should have had some stink bids. This is crazy. But yeah, be careful is all I'm saying. Just be careful because oh my lord. Let's look at the 1 minute chart. What happened to XRP on the... Wow! Let's look at on the 1 second chart. I want to see that. My God. Yeah, this is the great flash crash of South Korea. Wow, XLMs. Wow. That's insane, man. That's insane. What happened to ADA? Oof. Link? Oof. Damn, I should have bought this. But you never know. You never know. Because we're still in a bull market. And we're gonna be going to all-time highs no matter what. No matter what. Looks like everything did the same thing. Even creating more high, like new all-time highs. But yeah, speaking of which, dude, the volume is absolutely insane for XRP. It's absolutely nuts. It has the highest volume combined with any other coin. It traded above the Kospi, which is the South Korean stock market, by 22% in volume. That's insane. Lewis, what do you mean by low liquidity capitulations? I don't know, man. Do you think is it because there was just, for me, in my opinion, I think it's just because there was such thin wall. I mean, such thin liquidity, meaning that there was not many buy orders at the levels, and they just all get executed. I don't know. You can't execute stop losses here. Like you can, but still, not many people use that feature on South Korean exchanges. I think the walls were just too thin. So yeah, low volume, in my opinion, is also possibly the case here. Let's check out the volume. Volume was actually quite high. Yeah, that was pretty quite high, huh? But man, think about it, man. If you had like a $500,000 bid here, you'd be up $1 million. It's crypto, ladies and gentlemen. It's the wild, wild west. But yeah, flash crashes. There's just no way, especially if you're in crypto. Like even if you witnessed it, your capital going down, you wouldn't have been able to sell it. So that it's just basically what Lewis is saying. It's just too low volume and too low liquidity. So that's why I'm sure it all got triggered. And people who actually had bids down there, like, congratulations. Because you can see all the way down to even 1,700. Wow. Yeah. There was a lot of bids down there. It's very thin though. So yeah. Be safe, ladies and gentlemen. Be very safe. Whoa, what the heck happened to Trump? What? No way. Wow. This bull market is impressive, man. TRX dumped 40% and it pumped to new all-time highs, basically. That is really insane. I guess this bull market's not over, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. Tether. What the heck happened to Tether? Tether dumped as well. Algoland? Wow. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, what happened to Doge? Still struggling a little bit. Ripple still struggling. We'll see. But yeah, I would expect some kind of correction to happen sooner or later. Sooner or later, we'll see. Maybe I'll get in. I'll announce it though if I do get back in. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully that was helpful. I'm gonna wrap up the live stream here. It's about an hour now. So Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next live stream. All right. Take care. Don't do anything stupid. You know, I'll follow up with all the news that's happening here in South Korea, whether there's going to be any extra news. But I would just stay safe for the time being. All right. So I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Bye bye.